do you get when you have three icons in horror working on a movie together? You get a masterpiece. Hello all of you horror freaks out there, this is the Strange Monkey coming right back at ya with another horror movie review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Creepshow, the 1982 classic directed by George A. Romero and written by Stephen King. Now when I said three, the third person would be the great Tom Savini, who worked on the special effects for this film. So yeah, we have a young man who has drama at home. His father is angry that he's reading this comic, and it's the Creepshow comic, and he throws it in the trash. The kid is really upset, and when he looks out the window, he sees this disturbing figure. It's a skeleton known as the Creep, the host of the comics, and the Creep decides to take us all on a journey with 5 jolting tales of horror. We have Father's Day, The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verro, Something to Tide You Over, The Crate, and They're Creeping Up on You. 5 great stories that are unique in their own way. We have the first one, which is Father's Day. It's about a corpse that comes back to life because he was killed on Father's Day because of a family member he had arguments with. There was a lot of bad blood in that one. Then you have The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verro, who is played by Stephen King. A meteor lands on his farm, he touches the meteor, a lot of green shit starts growing around. It's like grass, but it's something else. Then you got Something to Tide You Over. So it's about a man who's trying to get vengeance on a couple, and Leslie Nielsen and Ted Danson are in this. He takes Ted out to the beach, and he makes threats about his girlfriend being buried out in the sand somewhere. He tries to do the same to him. The Crate is about a university professor and a friend of his who end up discovering this crate that's been sitting in their university for a while, and one of the janitors find it, and when they open it up, a fucking monster comes out and all hell breaks loose, and they have to try to figure out how to stop that thing. The main character, Henry, is always being yelled at by his wife, and he, at the same time, he can't stand that bitch, and he's just trying to find a way to get rid of her. Then we have the final story, which is They're Creeping Up on You, which is about a man who owns this successful company. I can't remember the company name, but he lives in this penthouse apartment, very expensive, and he's just rude to his employees, very disrespectful. And one night, he starts stumbling across a bunch of cockroaches. He kills a few, and then more come out, and more. Then the lights go out, and a whole bunch of them are out there coming after him. And it's a fucking crazy movie. As a child, I was a little scared to watch this movie, but at the same time, I enjoyed it. So the tagline is pretty accurate. The most fun you'll ever have being scared. And it lives up to, the tagline. It just lives up to the hype. I wasn't born yet when this movie came out, but when I was old enough to watch it, I really enjoy it. And in my opinion, this, to this day, is still the best horror anthology film. Nothing has topped it. Maybe Trick or Treat has come close to it. It's up there. But as far, we have shows like Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt, American Horror Story, but as far as films go, Creepshow is the best. George A. Romero directed the fuck out of this movie, and Stephen King writing it. That's a beautiful dynamic too. I wish they would have worked together one more time, doing the same exact thing. But that won't happen because George Romero passed away. So it is what it is. I mentioned earlier that this film, the stories are very unique in their own way, and that's because, in my opinion, the lighting, the effects that they did with it, it's very colorful. It has, red and blue, they just pop out at you. All the special effects blended in, and it's, in a way, it's like a comic book that comes to life. There was a 6th story where they was supposed to take out someone's nail. I was supposed to be in it. No, I'm kidding.
What else is there to say about Creepshow? It's a masterpiece. It gets a 10 out of 10. Outstanding. Thank you very much for checking out my Creepshow review. Now remember, this is the first entry in my Strangetober series this month. The next one will be the Trick or Treat movie facts. That will be released on October the 7th. So be on the lookout for that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, let me know what you think about Creepshow. Tell your friends, tell everyone, Strangetober has arrived. Have yourselves a good fright.